As they walk into the what?
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the one spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now, here's Lillard. Jones kicks to Lillard. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And George with this stuff.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Lillard with it. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Jackson passes to Leonard. That's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Shot clock at 5. George finds Ibaka. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And here's Portland. Here's Lillard. The feed to Jones. Covington passes to Jones. Covington with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Covington dishes to Jones. Portland needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Lillard. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Hits it from three-point range.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Back to Lillard. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Inside, the 11-footer. Nurkic can't hit. Now the Clippers with it.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. But hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket. He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hop.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Lets the three fly, and the three ball is good.
The range on Kennard's shot just keeps getting better. He's a real threat at the arc.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Jones kicks to Anthony. To the inside, and finished off by Collins.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Platoon passes to Ibaka. Kennard against Jones. But put that, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Anthony. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Kennard finds Ibaka. uses the glass to finish the layup.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Now here's Jones. The pass to Cantor. 6 to shoot. Pass to Simons. No good on the 3. Ibaka, the pass to Rondo. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And that does it for the first quarter. The Clippers on top. They lead by 8. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Well, earlier,
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Morris in at the 4 slot. Now here's Beverley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Anthony. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Powell for 3. They grab their own miss. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Cantor. And the rejection by Cousins.
And the defense of Cousins making his presence known with the quick leaping ability which he uses to block shots.
And Cantor able to finish.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Beverly finds Cousins. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
McCollum against Beverly. Out to the wing. Floats it up for Cousins. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. McCollum kicks to Powell. And it falls over the rim and in. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Morris. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And that's why you love Morris, because he is just a total team player. Not only an extraordinary screener, but a superb roller as well.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Kennard after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Kennard kicks to Morris. Count that one. Morris has got 6.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Here's Cantor. Out to Anthony. The three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. From about 19 feet. Now, here's Kennard. Fires the three. With the tip, it's good on the putback. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Here's McCollum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. Down low. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Fires for three. That one doesn't go. And it's Portland the other way.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
It's McCollum on the wing. Kennard covering.
And it's not easy trying to defend McCollum in pick and roll. He does a nice job spreading the needle within these sets.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Now here's Batum. T right on him. Beverly the pass to Morris. Unable to get that one. Foul for three. No good on the last second attempt there.
Well, Kennard lacks him.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny, what you... And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game, great performance by Marcus Morris.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line. So hard to ask for much more than that.
And here's George. 7 points in the game. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 9.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now here's Lillard. They trail by 3.
Nice work on the glass, but his defense was even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
Up top, Leonard, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Leonard with the ball. Great look, but off the mark. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Trailblazers shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Lillard against George. Here's Jones, and the layup's good off the glass.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 5, and it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Man's checked in. Lillard, the pass to Covington. It's stolen by Ibaka. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
An elite scorer in today's game. Leonard is consistent at staying aggressive on the offensive end.
Lillard against Jackson. Jacks up a three. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Damian Lillard. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Derek Jones in for Anfernee Simons. Three-pointer, Lillard, and another 3 for Portland.
Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll. This is a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Leonard dishes to Morris. Leonard with the ball. Now Covington defending. Morris, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
There's no secret. Cousins is one of the most fiery competitors in this league, and I like guys who play with their heart in this league.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Portland trailing here. Here's Pop. 1:07 left in the third. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Clippers with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. He doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
Powell against Kennard. McCollum kicks to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Now Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The dish to Morris. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
It's all tied in Portland. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. And Portland has possession. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. 5 on the clock to take the lead. And he's good on the 3-ball. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every 3 McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Beverly dishes to Morris. Over Collins. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Giles checked in for Collins. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Rondo's checked in. Now here's McCollum. Passes it to Pop. Back to McCollum. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And the Clippers making a change here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's... And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Powell. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. McCollum outside. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, man, Jackson is terrific at playing both ends of the floor. And his trademark quickness, really putting forth a great effort on defense to come away with that steal.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And Cantor throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Jackson. The Blazers getting the bucket. Leonard attacking. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Now, here is George. Lock at 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
That's good from George.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Lillard against George. Lillard, right side. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Feeds to Covington. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. Here's Jackson, and it's blocked. But they get it back. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Outside, George, and an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Outside, Jackson. Pass to George. Just 5 to shoot. To take the lead. And the layup is up and in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And, guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now, here's Lillard. And finished off by Nurkic.
This is what you want from Nurkic. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
George finds Leonard. 1:16 left in the game. Pass to Cousins. Back to Leonard. inside, and Cousins throws it down.
Oh, what a huge basket from Cousins. He knows he's the #1 option on offense when the game is on the line.
Lillard surveying the D. And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
And here are the Clippers now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Leonard dishes to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Shot from free throw range. It drops.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. George against Lillard. From deep. Count it.
Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
11 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Now here's Leonard. Los Angeles calls timeout. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good position, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Here's Jackson. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. From Portland, we're back in a moment. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Pocket is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's man in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Nurkic to take the lead. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simon. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And one action in this one. We're about 1 minute into overtime. Ibaka and the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Lillard against George. Here's Lillard. Yep, that one goes in there.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
George with the ball. To the middle. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by George. Ibaka's got the game tied up here for the Clippers. George against Lillard. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? His contact doesn't bother.
Here's George. Nurkic with the block, and they're able to recover. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Still young with loads of upside. Nurkic is comfortable playing the enforcer. I mean, you can tell he wants to keep improving.
Dennis Cantor's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And the Clippers with the change here, too. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Jordan. Got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Leonard inside. Anthony on him. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Lillard. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. And here is Los Angeles now, trailing by 2. Outside Leonard. Passes to Zubac. Money!
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Now, here's Cantor. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Off with the layup. It's stolen by Anthony. Lillard against Jackson. From 18 feet away. It's good!
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Leonard kicks to Kennard. That will count. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. There below is Barkley. And with pregame routine,
Kevin, thanks.
he stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward. And looking at the Nets, we've got Durant. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at point. Count it. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to KD. Plenty of space. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Dinwiddie outside. And stolen by Lillard. Fast break. Here they come. Covington down low. Guarded by Jordan. Covington with the bucket.
Robert Covington is as competitive as it gets, and he gets to the window there.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Irving finds Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's KD. Outside for Griffin. Dinwiddie drives in. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Now here's McCollum. Covington with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Covington passes to Lillard. There's the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Down low. Griffin can't get it to go in. Portland leading.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Now here's Covington. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Here's Nurkic. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's Irving. Pass to Jordan. Back to Irving. From the baseline. That shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Nets trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now here's Harden. Shot clock at 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Here's Simons. McCollum. He dishes it to Cantor and taken away by Brown. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From 18 feet away, that one wide left. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Portland leading by 6. Here's Simons. Count that bucket.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Here's Harden. That's tipped. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it when Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Green is out there with Brown. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Here's Harden. Passes it to Claxton. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Harris. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Brown the pass to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. Taken away by Anthony. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Cantor. And yes, it's good. Cantor's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Harden against McCollum. Harden kicks to Harris. Harden right side, and it's in there.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
McCollum outside. Outside Collins. Outside Anthony. It's up a 3. No good there. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Harden the pass to Claxton. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Here's Simons, guarded by Harden. Simons, the pass to Collins. McCollum, left side. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Durant's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie's subbed in for Bruce Brown. Irving's checked in for James Harden. Jones, the pass to Giles. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. Irving double team. Powell with the steal. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Outside, Jones. 1:24 left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Nurkic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hollis Jefferson passes to Nurkic.
Well, KD, a very skilled defender, outstanding with his positioning, and he's got incredible length to contest shots.
Irving can't get it to go. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
.55 seconds left in the first half. Outside Irving. Shot from 12. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside, KD tries it from 19. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Jones kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Dinwiddie against Powell. Irving with the steal. Durant down low. The shot will not fall. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. Portland did not hesitate to set the pace. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4. And that does it for our...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. Robert Covington picks one up. The Nets have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Lillard surveying the D. To the inside. Griffin with the steal. Down low. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Durant with a wide open look. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And, Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Lillard against Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Nets trail by 6. Green inside. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's Green missing.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Harden the pass to Dinwiddie. Lillard comes with the double team. Inside, Claxton, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And a deep 3 from Lillard. But they recover it. Anthony finds Lillard. It's hauled in by Claxton. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Nets making a change here. Jordan's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Collins. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Simons, he's checked in for McCollum. And Norman Powell subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Wants to get it to Brown and does. Just 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the third. Here's Jordan, and he elevates, and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
Wow, looks like 2017 when DeAndre came home with the dunk contest trophy. Makes it look easy there.
Outside Anthony. Dishes it to Kanter. The pass to Giles. Anthony against Dinwiddie. Here's Giles. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Dinwiddie. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Harden outside. Shoots from 14. And it's Portland with the rebound. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Simon. Another shot. Rebounded by the Nets. Now, here is Harden. He's guarded closely.
And you talk about the best ball handlers in the league. Don't forget about James Harden.
1 second left. Got a hand on it. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. Durant, the pass to Griffin. Stolen by McCollum, and here's the fast break. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Well, the quickness of Hollis Jefferson, boy, just beats everyone up the floor and finishes on the fast break opportunity.
McCollum against Griffin. Right side, Irving. Six to shoot. And the bank shot is good.
You guys know it's pick your poison when you are trying to cover Kyrie out of the pick and roll.
And he commits the intentional foul. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And here is Powell. The tray. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
Here's Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Anthony against Durant. Portland no good that time either. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 2. Irving for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Powell, the pass to Jones. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Nets with possession here. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. There's the feed to Griffin. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. Over McCollum. Tries again. Here's Griffin. The kick out to Irving. Nets passing it around. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Dinwiddie is checked in for Brooklyn. Pass to McCollum. And here's Hollis Jefferson. Lillard outside. Covington finds Lillard. Covington down low. Griffin on him. And the basket by Lillard.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Dinwiddie with it. It's Durant on the wing. 1:49 left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Jordan that's out the key. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. McCollum kicks to Lillard. From 17 feet out. A putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Here's KD, and Covington sends it back. Here's Hollis Jefferson, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
I tell you, this guy might not be the first option, but give Hollis Jefferson credit. He stays prepared for the big-time moments.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Nets trail by 7.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Harden finds Griffin. Now Irving. Harden outside. Shoots over Lillard. It's good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
And Portland has possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. Harden against Lillard. From deep three-point range. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Beyond the arc. Nurkic off on that one. So the Trailblazers win it. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players final. So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Ibaka is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the one spot. Now here's George. Left side Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. And George kicks to Zubac. And stolen by Jordan. Outside Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Left side Ibaka. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Now here is George. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special, and they pulled it off just right.
Now here's Irving. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. George against Dinwiddie. Outside for Jackson. From deep, George. Rebound, Brooklyn. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Griffin passes to Irving. Over George, and it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there, reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot blocker.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for George. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Now, here's Kennard. To the middle, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
So agile. Ibaka able to quickly come up and set the screen, then quickly rolls into position for the score.
Pass to KD. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. Brownie's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. They get it back. Tries yet again. And it's good for two.
I don't think there's anybody who works harder for his points than Harden does. I mean, if he has to attack the glass to get him, he'll do that too.
Pass to Kennard. From deep. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. Here's Claxton. Kicks it out to Harden. Puts up a three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off. Timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
Beverly dishes to Morris. Great D that time from Green.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. And stolen by Cousins. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Batum.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
It's Harden with the drive. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. 11 seconds left to play here in the first. Harden the pass to Claxton. Misses from short range. The shot, no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just cashing in on second-chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's Mann in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Rondo. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Green. Kevin Durant's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. The Clippers trail. Leonard looking around. He feeds it to Ibaka. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Griffin dishes to Jordan. And there's the pass to Dinwiddie. George with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie against Leonard. Pass to George from outside the arc. Hands it from downtown. George has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
The Nets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Dinwiddie, that drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And the Nets lead by 1. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off. Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Now here's Jordan. Cousins pulls it in. Leonard with the ball. There's the dish to Cousins. 1:53 left now here in the second. Jackson finds George. Now here's Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Dinwiddie against Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Left side, Leonard. Back to George. 1:15 left in the first half of basketball. Shots good by Ibaka.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. And the rejection by Jackson.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Nets shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The first one falls. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Johnson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Shoots from 12. It's stolen by Johnson. The drive by Green. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Brown.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Kennard against Brown. Here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 2 on the clock. Here's Morris. Rebound, Brooklyn. And the jam by Harden.
Love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them holding.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, Serge Ibaka displaying his skills today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. He's out there with Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at point guard. Now, here's George. Feeds to Ibaka. George passes to Leonard. And no good that time. Griffin with some nice D.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Now, Ibaka following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving.
Boy, watching Ibaka, he possesses good form and just solid range on his shot.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. And the rejection by Ibaka. Griffin down low, working on Ibaka. Griffin's shot is off.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6. Leonard against Durant. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Just 5 to shoot. He's looking for Jordan and finds him over Cousins. And that'll be 2 free. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, at this stage of his career, Jordan not only knows his role, but thoroughly and fully embraces it. He's out there to provide energy and hustle on defense and on the glass.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Brown with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Brown missing.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more. But it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Here's Brown after the Clippers pick up 2. Kicks to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Kennard against Brown. Zubac the pass to Kennard. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Here's Harden, and he lays it straight in. Harden's got 13.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Now, here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Passes to Zubac. 50 seconds left in the third. Back to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Stolen by Harden. So they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. Harden, they kick it out to Green. Brown outside. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
And you want the ball in Harden's hands when the clock is low. He's cool under pressure and can get you a good shot.
Outside, George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Clippers have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Here's Harden, and the rejection by Ibaka. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Clippers on. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. James Harden, he's checked in for Dinwiddie. Irving looking over the floor. Clock at 6. Lets it go from 14.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Pass to Mann. Down low. Here's Leonard over Durant. And it's Leonard with a sensational play. Leonard's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers. Harden outside. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Los Angeles leading by 4. Outside Leonard. Back to George. Here's the pass to Mann. Inside. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And blessed with that high basketball IQ, Leonard able to execute the pick and roll there to perfection.
Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. George dishes to Leonard. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Durant with some nice D. Nets trail by 3. Here's Irving. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Tell you what, this is what Irving can do now. He'll leak out and then make the right read in transition.
Left side, George. At the top of the key, Cousins. The drive by Jackson. Ball stolen. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the jam by Harden.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Here's George. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets.
He's basically automatic from the line. Not the guy you want to send there now.
And the jam by Harden.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. No good off the front iron. Nets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Durant with a wide open look. Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Brooklyn trailing. Harden outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Hey, Harden is seeking contact. He is hunting bodies when he drives. He's so good at just getting his body into the path of the defense.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
Beverly against Harden. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Back to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires the 3. That one misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And here's Harden. To the inside. Jordan. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes. But in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Passes it to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Outside Leonard. Oh, he can't jam it home. And Ibaka is right there.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they actually could take a 3 here and cope with a win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. Welcome to 2K Sports for another DA. Take it away.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with...
You certainly come a long way, DA. Thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard, right side. To the middle. Here's Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
George dishes to Leonard. Inside, Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance.
And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Releases. That shot off the mark. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. McCollum finds Lillard. And it's off from three-point range. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard against George. Lillard looking around. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Lillard's got his second bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Here's George. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Leonard on the wing, covered by Lillard. Leonard attacking. Here's Zubac. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here's McCollum for 3. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
And PG, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Here's Lillard. Following the score by Serge Ibaka. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Beverly the pass to Morris. Here's McCollum. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson kicks it out to McCollum. Over Kennard. McCollum no good.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Back to Morris. Nice move. And Covington sends it back. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. But they'll get another chance. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got 6.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Beverly for 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Paul George with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. And the dunk by Jackson.
Quick off his feet. The long arms. Easy jam for Jackson.
Portland leading.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Leonard. And it's Kennard in for Paul George.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Collins checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Powell in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. And that one is good.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside Anthony. Here's Collins. Cantor trying to free himself up. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Collins. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Derek Jones comes in for Zach Collins. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Powell. Now here's Jones following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Beverly finds Cousins. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And Portland with a change here, too. Lillard's checked in. Jackson passes to Leonard. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Shoots. Ibaka, no luck. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
George against Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. They get it again. Goes back up. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. McCollum outside. Launches a 3. Lillard misses.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
George with no one around. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game. Powell with the steal.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
2 points. That one goes. Nurkic has got his first bucket of the night.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead up. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Collins in at the 3, the small forward. McCollum against George. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. Zubac trying to break loose.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
McCollum outside. Lillard against George. Lillard the pass to Collins. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Zach Collins. That's good from Jackson.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And the dunk by Covington.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
George finds Leonard. Now Zubac. He's guarded by Nurkic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy They say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great play. Rondo against Lillard. Rondo kicks to Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Portland trailing here. Back to McCollum. The three. Man with the rebound.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Poked loose and stolen by Lillard. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Portland making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Cousins, the pass to Beverly. Now, here's Kennard. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Hollis Jefferson comes in for McCollum. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Back to Jones. Now the pass to Carmelo. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Outside, Batum. Kanter against Kennard. 6 to shoot. Here's Kanter. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Anthony kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Simons, the pass to Kanter. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Pass to Beverly. He feeds it to Morris. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Here's Simons. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Stolen by Jackson. One-on-one here. Here's Leonard over Anthony. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. For the Trailblazers.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Out to the right wing. Nurkic finds Lillard. Here's Nurkic. It's deflected. On the wing, Jackson. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 3 quarters of play. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now Beverly kicks it to Morris. Offline with his 3. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Beverly for three. Headshot off. Now Portland takes it the other way. There's Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. Here's Beverly. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. 5 to shoot. Dishes to Collins. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Outside Jackson to the inside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Count the basket. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
George dishes to Leonard. And it's good. 2 points.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Zubac finds Jackson. From deep, George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hollis Jefferson passes to Collins. And good that time.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
It's good. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Switch.
Lillard outside. Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Lillard with it. From downtown, it's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Lillard against George. Lillard attacking. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
And here's Jackson. On the wing, George. To the paint, here's Ibaka. Got it!
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Leonard with the steal. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Covington. And here's McCollum for 3. He's off from 3. And George, here we go. Money!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And a deep three from Lillard. Can't get it to fall. So it's Los Angeles taking the W. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Durant in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range, even from way downtown. This guy is a threat to score.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Jones looking for an opening. Just 5 to shoot. And it's blocked by Jordan.
You see catch throw stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Harden the pass to Brown. Back to Harden. From the arc. And the Nets, another 3.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Now, here's Lillard. Shoots over Griffin. Lillard finds Covington. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Covington. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by KD.
I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
Harden the pass to Brown. Back to Harden. All alone. No good on that one.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Hollis Jefferson kicks to Nurkic. Lillard against Harden. Shoots from 12. And that one's good. Lillard.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here is Harden. He has 6. He dishes it to Brown. Back to Harden. Brown the pass to Harden. Kicks to Brown. And stolen by Lillard. Hollis Jefferson in the post. KD's on him. And Lillard gets it to go.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden scanning the floor. Tries from 16. KD can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Lillard against Harden. Here's Nurkic, and finish off by Nurkic.
Now Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Now here's Harden. The pass to Durant. Down low. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits to make sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
Back to Lillard. Lets it go. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Lillard's got 8 points.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
That one good for 2. He's got 8.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Derek Jones. Lillard dishes to Kanter. Back to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, not explosive. Kanter shows some mobility right there on the pick and roll.
Dinwiddie passes to Johnson. To the inside. Taken away by Anthony. Nobody near Lillard. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Damian Lillard making things. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the...
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Collins is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Anthony. After the miss from KD. Shots good by Anthony. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Zach Collins. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Johnson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Now, here's Kanter. McCollum kicks to Giles. The putback, it's good on the putback. Kanter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
Pass to Irving. Baseline try, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
It's Powell on the wing. Back to McCollum. Takes a three. Powell against Irving. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum outside. They get the rebound. Cantor. McCollum outside. Cantor inside. Second shot opportunity. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. The kick out to Irving from past the arc. Portland grabs the miss. And a wide open look for McCollum, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Nets. 1:09 left in the first half. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Well, sometimes CJ just with movement alone finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
Now here is Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on CJ McCollum.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
I feel like Kyrie is just never afraid of the challenge in front of him. The tougher the situation, it seems like the tougher he plays.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Giles. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. And it's blocked by Jordan. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Durant with it. Hollis Jefferson's there. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Here's Simons. Off target with his 3. And that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points, 2 assists.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Jordan. And it's KD in at the 3 spot.
DeAndre Jordan, I don't think he's shot more than 10 shots outside the paint the last few years, so dunking is what he does.
Harden against Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
Nice shot selection there. Nurkic finding a shooting window and making that one count.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. Outside, KD. Jordan, the pass to Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Pass to Jones. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And here's Harden. The pass to Durant. Now Harden. Jordan dishes to Brown. The Nets need to get a shot off here. It's Harden with the drive. Yep, that one goes.
How about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. On the wing, Jones to the paint. Here's Nurkic. Great D that time from Jordan.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Now here's Durant. Right side, Jordan. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Jones drives in, and it's slammed in by Jones.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
1:58 left to play in the third. Pass to KD. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. You've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
That's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Here's Lillard. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Lillard the pass to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
Harden outside. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers leading by 4. Nurkic kicks to Jones. Lillard outside. But they recover it. And taken away by Brown. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way.
Vintage KD. Quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. McCollum against Johnson. McCollum dishes to Carmelo. Back to McCollum. With 4 seconds on the clock. The wide open look here for Anthony. Portland again missing. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Collins, and it's Simons in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. to the left wing to take the lead. That shot off, and the Trailblazers going the other way. Jones, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Collins. Harry Giles comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons.
When you make shots like that, Kyrie is showing just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
Passes it to Powell. Fires for 3. Rebound by Johnson.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The kick out to Irving. Johnson outside. On the wing, Irving. Green taking his time here. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Powell, that's good.
Well, he's a great shooter who can just make plays for others. McCollum with a nice assist that time.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Outside Irving. Now here's Dinwiddie. Guarded closely. Lays it up off the glass.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Irving against Powell. Cantor kicks to Powell. Lobs it up for Cantor.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Now here's Dinwiddie. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Dinwiddie. He lobs it up. Shot by Johnson, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Harry Giles. Jones checked in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Trailblazers. Harden with it. Lots of room, and right on target. Good. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Here's Lillard. The step back jumper is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Harden outside. Pass to Griffin. Outside Durant. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. And he overshot that one, missing. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to KD. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Nails the tray.
He has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Kept alive. Outside for Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 5. Irving passes to Jordan. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. And Doris, tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Nets, they've got Luwawu, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's KD in at the 4-man position.
The to-do list when you're trying to guard Kevin Durant is long, and he's used that added strength to power through contact.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. And there's the pass to George. And it's sent back by KD.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
And then Durant with the jam.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
And here's George. There's the dish to Ibaka. Zubac trying to break loose. Second chance shot. And Ibaka with the lay-in.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball. What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now here is Ibaka. Zubac trying to break loose. Ibaka, no luck.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And a wide open look for Irving. Shot clock reset for the Nets. A second chance effort, and Jordan with the layup.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now George. On the wing, Jackson. Guarded by KD. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
And it's sent back by George. Here's Harden. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Boy, Kyrie Irving becoming a better and better defender over time. Nice block right there.
Drilled from 11 feet out. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
George. And Durant sends it back. And they'll keep possession. George with no one around. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Durant. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination, so impressive.
Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Zubac the pass to Ibaka. Leonard inside. Ibaka. This is to Leonard. Just 2 to shoot. Off target from the baseline.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Irving attacking. KD finds Irving. And the rejection by Jackson. And he gets it back. Nobody near Leonard. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Kawhi Leonard consistently efficient with his scoring ability. Nice jumper.
Outside Jordan. Inside. And then Durant with the jam.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now, here is George. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Irving. Passes to Luau. Back to Irving. And that one, good. Irving's got 6.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Outside Jackson to the middle. Here's Ibaka. Another shot. And he banks in the layup. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
Well, you like to see Serge Ibaka be assertive on the offensive end, particularly on the interior.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Griffin is out there with Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
The feed to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton, defended by Beverly. Back to Griffin. Rebound by the Clippers. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Can't lay it in off the alley-oop.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And Griffin slams it in.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now, here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for Griffin. And James Harden has subbed in for Joe Harris. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Jackson's checked in. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Luau is checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Cousins. Baca comes in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. And George is subbed in for Kennard.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
Now, here is Harden. Pass to KD. To the inside. Here's Jordan. Banked in off the glass. Jordan's got 6 points. Clippers trail by 19. Jackson looking around. George against Irving. And the call. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Durant, no good. Clippers trail by 19. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. Leonard dishes to Cousins. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Harden outside. He kicks to Durant. Outside Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket by Harden.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Dishes it to Ibaka. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here is Durant. 7 points in the game. To the paint, Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen that a time or two for Mr. DeAndre Jordan. Nice, easy finish with that dunk.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverly. Feeds it to Cousins. Jordan with some nice D. Irving surveying the floor. Over Kennard. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And the Nets lead by 21. Here's Beverly. And it is good at the buzzer. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. They opened up the game knocking down shots. And that...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. He gets that one.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Now, here's George. And it's sent back by KD.
I'll tell you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
And the dunk by Jordan.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Morris with the bucket.
Well, that's just stellar concentration from the talented forward. Marcus Morris effective at keeping his balance on these tough finishes.
Now, here is Irving. 6 points for him. It's stolen by Morris. George against KD. And George kicks to Morris. Jackson dishes to George. Count that one. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Harden outside. Left side, Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The Clippers also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Clippers trail by 19. Batum passes to Beverly. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Kennard with the ball. Left side, Batum. 4 on the clock. Kennard's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Offensive rebound, Nets. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Brooklyn leading by 19. Moving it up. And the dunk by Brown.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Cousins. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Now here is Harris. And it's denied. Now here's Kennard. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Here's Claxton, defended by Batum. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. In transition, here come the Nets for the finish, and Griffin slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harden comes in for Harris. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Brown. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Right side, Green. Brooklyn needs to get off the shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Clippers trail by 18. Jackson passes to Leonard. Now, here's Zubac. Left side, Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a size of the lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it goes down 2 points.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Irving passes to Jordan. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Back to Leonard. And no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Nets leading by 17. Irving for 3. Offensive rebound.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
The drive by Jackson. Ibaka. That shot is off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Down low. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Irving. And the Nets lead by 21.
Well, DeAndre Jordan cooking right now. This guy is so efficient.
Outside, George drops in the layup for 2.
I'll tell you, tough first half, puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Harden surveying the D. Jordan finds Griffin. Now Harden. Inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Here's George. Here's Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. They have a 19-point lead. Pass to Irving. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Leonard against Harris. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Harden against George. Harden outside. 6 to shoot. Irving passes to Griffin. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Zubac finds Jackson. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Jordan. Bruce Brown comes in for Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And the Clippers with a change here, too. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. On the wing, George. The pass to Ibaka. Outside, Jackson. Floats one. And Ibaka kicks to Jackson. They get a hand on it.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
Durant finds Harris. On the wing, Harris gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.